Welcome back to another episode of MotoGP Mac, and today we're going to talk about the final day's testing in Portimão. Now, I will show the lap times towards the end of the video, but if I'm very honest, I'm not really too bothered about the lap times because a lot of these lap times could be done with sprint race tanks, soft tires, and just a one lap kamikaze lap, which is not really relevant to how things are going. But I'm going to start with Yamaha today. So Yamaha have brought out an abundance of aero and some shocking looking aero, if I'm very honest. The first aero that they brought out is the high downforce aero that they ran in Sepang also. Now both riders did run it, but I'm showing Quadraro here, and you can see it is definitely a front high-end aero, if you know what I mean. It does look a mixture between Ducati-esque and KTM, if I'm very honest. They were also trying this other aero on Franco's bike, which basically you can see is that they're using the new front wing, and then there's two supplemental wings along with the other small side wing that they were running. So does kind of actually look like the 2019 Ducati side wings that they had on it, but I thought it was quite interesting that they're going to use it. Now Fabio did say that this did seem to be a lot better for the bike, so it will be interesting to see if they use it. Then I suppose the one that has broken Twitter, they've tried to put an F1 style rear wing on the back of the bike, and oh my god, does it look hideous. But I don't know how Dorna are going to be or feel with that. As you can see, the wing goes up and over where the camera mount is. What I did find interesting about that wing is that they were trying it with the 2022 aero, so you can see the duckbill out the front. So maybe it was a 2022 bike that they just bolted it on to see what exactly was what. Aprilia have changed the actual front wing on their bike. They've reverted back to the 2022 wing, which is just a little bit bigger. So it tells me that they're hunting for a little bit of downforce on the front end of that bike. However, a couple of things that I did spot as well is that on the rear swing arm there's like a guiding bit of carbon fiber, and I'm sure that is to guide airflow within the wing, like they have on the front wheel. They have very similar on the rear wheel. Also with Aprilia, they were running a T-wing on the back of the bike over the course of the test days, so I think that could possibly come into play for the 2023 season. Now on to Honda. Marquez again, he was out doing laps. Did say they went a little bit the wrong way yesterday. Was not angry or frustrated, but again, you could tell. I did show you yesterday one side of the frame, so here is the old frame that they were running in Sepang, and here is the new version of it that they're running in Portimão, and as you can see there's quite a big difference between the new and the old frame. Now also yesterday you saw that the factory team were running a carbon clutch. However, today Nakagami was not running that carbon clutch. He was running the titanium or whatever clutch metal type it is. Also for Alex Rins, it looks like Alex Rins had the development bike out as well, or he just had the side aero or the side effect or the side ground effect aero on the bike today. Now for Ducati is quite a weird situation, and as I mentioned yesterday, Pramac were kind of leaning towards the new style side ground effect, and Pecco and the factory team were kind of sticking with the old. And what I mean by that is that Pramac were not running the downward ducts at the front, rather that they were using the new side fairings. But they were back-to-back testing both today, and it will be interesting to see which ones they decide to run on for the rest of the season. Also with Michele Piro's big cups, I've decided to call them cup holders because by the looks of what's going on in testing, Ducati may be able to stop, have a swig of beer, and let everyone catch up and go again. But in all seriousness, what I did see on the side of Pecco's bike, and if you just look to the top right hand side above the brake lever, you'll see there's a little lever there with a wire coming down. Now I don't actually know what that is, so it will be very interesting to see what they are doing with it. Also, Michele Pirro was looking at the swing arm again, and as you can see here is a sensor that is measuring everything from ground height, I would presume, to the flex of the swing arm, etc., and how it behaves. For Red Bull, KTM and Gas, probably a little bit worried. Jack Miller was kind of firmly rooted majority of the day down to the bottom of the timesheets, along with Augusto Fernandez and Pol Espargaro. Binder did do a good lap, but I'm not sure whether that's just a banzai lap or what. But again, what I did notice about KTM is that they are running the new style side fairings and downward fairings, but if you look at the bottom of it, it is not the fairing that they showed in Sepang. It's a more rounded bottom end of the fairing rather than the lip. Also, just noted here as well, Jack has the thumb brake for the rear brake, which is fine, the clutch lever, and there's another little lever above there on the handlebars. Not 100% sure what exactly that is going to be used for, but I think all in all, KTM are probably a little bit at sea, maybe the same as Honda, but it will definitely be interesting to see what happens there. All in all, with this test, I think it's been quite interesting. Don't really pay a lot of attention to the times and also to the top speeds, because we just don't know, are they setting those behind someone, getting a draft, etc. So I think Friday 2 weeks time will be very, very interesting to see what exactly is where and who exactly is who. But I would definitely love to know your thoughts. What do you think, or what did you think of today's test? Who do you think actually came out well besides the Ducatis and the Aprilias? What do you think of the other teams? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.